What's up, internet? Back here, making my second video for YouTube, for my channel. Today we're going to talk about depression. Damn, even just saying that kind of sucks everything out of the air. Not a fun word. Depression can be caused by many different types of things. There's many different types of depression. You can be bullied, you can be made fun of for hair, skin color, race, sexual orientation, money, job, car, family issues, name it, and someone can find a way to flip it and make fun of you for it. So, too much build up, we get low. We have bad feelings. And the rates keep going higher and higher in the US of clinical depression because we're scared of it. Depression isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as you understand it or try to understand it and do something about it. Depression shows that you're human. Depression shows that you have feelings. Depression shows that you can only take so much because we're not built to withstand constantly going through a storm. We need joy in our life. We need happiness. We need to find things that keep us entertained. We need to enjoy life. Depression is unique. There's no same depression for two people, and that's what makes it the hardest thing to understand. So you could be depressed, and so could your best friend. You both could be going through really hard times, but it could be something completely different. No two people are going to be alike when it comes to depression. That being said, doesn't mean we can't take time to try to better understand that person and try to understand what they're going through. When someone's depressed, you don't want to just bombard them. You can't just bombard them, especially if they're in a major depression, because they're just going to shut down and ignore you. They're going to give you bullshit reasons, and they're just going to do their own thing. You got to show compassion. You got to listen. You have to be careful where you go, tread, what you say. They are paying attention to the tiniest of details. They're looking at body language, details that you aren't even thinking of when you're telling stories or trying to talk to them. You need to realize how touchy people with depression can be. Now, depression there's not even a way to describe it. I mean, you can live with depression all your life. You can have depression for moments of life. You could be depressed one day, be fine another day. It's one of those things where you have no control over. Or do you? Yes. Yes, you do. And I say that because I know that. You can easily take over your depression. Because depression is just a state of mind. And if you really think about it, depression is like playing a trick on yourself. It's not natural to be depressed. It's natural to feel sad and disappointed every once in a while, but it's not natural to feel depressed to the point where you just want to lay in bed all day, do nothing, don't want to eat. That's not natural. Depression is on the rise, especially in young adults, adolescents, teenagers, and we need to start doing something about it. We need to start talking about it. We need to start making it a priority. Depression leads to suicide. We don't want that. Suicide is all on the rise, especially with the millennial generation in the US. Kids are being bullied. Kids are not being able to withstand it. Kids aren't understanding what is going on in this world, and we need to make them aware of it. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, Asian, male, female, non-binary, gay, lesbian, straight. I don't care. No one should care. If it's not affecting you, leave everyone alone. Live your own life. And you know what? The moment we start doing that, the moment we start realizing that we need each other to live and that we can't do it all on our own, is the moment that this world is going to change for the better. Just like with depression. You can't do it alone. You can try. Many have tried. Many have failed. You don't want to go through it alone. You want to fight. But think of this analogy. If you are going to fight and you're fighting by yourself, you have a better chance of winning with yourself or with an army behind you. Because that's what you got to do. You got to find that army. You find that army, your best friend, parents, siblings. Maybe it's someone you don't even know. Maybe it's someone from your church. Maybe it's someone from your science group. Maybe it's just you've made a connection with a random person. It doesn't matter. You need to find that person, those people. Depression is dark, evil, and it really isn't an easy thing to talk about or overcome or deal with. But it's possible. You just can't give up, is the key. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be really, really, really hard. And there's going to be times where you're like, why the hell am I doing this? Or how the hell can I do better? How the hell can I help? And what the fuck's wrong with me? Nothing. Nothing is absolutely wrong with you. You're just in a different state of mind. Your mind plays tricks on you. It's not that hard. So the way you figure out how to deal with depression is how to play a trick on itself. Yes, we all have monsters inside us. Yes, we all have crazy thoughts. Yes, some of us say it, some of us don't. Some of us speak our mind more than others. Some of us are really quiet. Some of us are loud. It doesn't make a difference. Depression affects everyone differently. The key to surviving the depression is figuring out what triggers it. If you figure out what triggers it, it's kind of like figuring out like how to stop it. So analogy would be, if you figure out, say you're a defensive coach for a football team, basketball team, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. Whatever you want to coach, you find out what the other team's doing, you already have an idea of how to stop them. So obviously you're going to call that blitz or that coverage or that play to stop them, right? That's how you fight against depression. That's what you do. You figure out what is triggering it. You figure out if it's kids bullying you at school, if it's the car you have, if it's your parents, if it's your family life, if it's you're not good at sports, if it's you failed a test, if it's you're scared you're not going to graduate. And then you own it. You own it. You own your depression is how you beat it. Now, why would I say that? Why would I say own your depression? No one wants to own depression. Everyone looks at depression like it's fucked up and it's not right, and oh, there's something wrong with the people and they don't know what they're talking about and blah blah blah. Bullshit. I don't care who you are. Depression is in everyone's body. Just affects people differently. Some people take it harder, some people take it lesser, some people never have to deal with it, some people have to deal with it their entire life. If you're one of those people that is dealing with it, you own that depression. See, depression kind of works where it takes over your body and your mind. Your mind takes over everything, tells your senses, all your organs that you don't really want to do anything. Kind of black everything out, kind of forget about the world. And why the fuck would you want to do that? Why would you want to own that? You're not owning that. You're owning the depression. You're showing the depression that you're the boss, you're the person in charge, and that nothing is gonna stop you. Owning depression isn't a bad thing. If anything, it's a good thing. Admitting you have a problem is a good thing. Knowing how to stop it is a good thing. Depression's not easy. Not easy to talk about. Not easy to understand. Not even easy to think about. Say. I bet you there's people out there who can't even say the word depression or suicide, mental health. But depression is going to be flipped. The whole point of this video is to show you that there's depression out in the world. US, China, Russia, all over the globe, there's depression. We need to fight back against it. You are not alone. There are millions of people out there fighting the same battle. Theirs might be a little bit different, but they're struggling or just as much or almost as much or worse. It's something that needs to be brought up, and mainstream media, people in power, employers, adults, they don't like to talk about it because they think if you're talking about it, something's wrong, that people are going to judge you, that you're not going to be able to do this, you can't do that, that if someone finds out, like, oh shit, like, fuck that. Fuck that. If you think I'm different and that I'm messed up, or you think someone's messed up because they're fighting a battle internally that you have no idea about, that's just fucked up. That's on you. That's not right. Depression is an internal battle. Someone could be going to work every single day. You would have no idea. They'd be doing their work. They could get awards. They could do anything. They go home. They cry. They live by themselves in an apartment. They cry. Cry themselves to sleep. We need to start talking about these things. We need to start making it okay to be able to say, I have depression. Kids are committing suicide. Teenagers, adults, because their lives are getting so stressful and they can't ask for help because they're scared. why are we okay with letting people be scared to ask for help? When we ask for help, we let them ask for help for learning how to drive, learning how to ride a bike, ask for help in school, ask for help with work, jobs, sports, everything. Why is it so hard to be able to be okay with asking for help with inside problems? Mental awareness is probably one of the biggest things we need to do in this country. Depression takes a lot out of you. And it does. It's not easy to fight. But it's something that we need to bring up. It's something that needs to be addressed. It's something that we need to fight back against. Because fuck depression. No one should have to go through it alone. And it's an awful thing. Depression really needs to be a focus. The main cause of death among teens in the United States is suicide due to depression. You think about that? We're okay with not talking about something that makes people feel so bad that they want to leave this earth. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in your mind. That the media, people in power, politicians, they're all okay with not talking about depression, but in reality, no one should be okay with it because depression leads to suicide, and no one should be okay with someone letting them kill themselves. No, that's not acceptable. We should be talking about this. It should be a national issue. Depression needs to be brought up. Depression needs to be talked about. Depression needs to be studied. Depression needs to be explained. Depression needs to be taken care of. Just like you need to be taken care of if you have depression. And no, it's not easy. No, it's not going to go away in a day. It might take years, it might take a lifetime. But that's why you want to own your depression. You want to manage it. You want to take control of it so that you can still live your life. You can enjoy life. You can go do things. You can have friends. You can have a good family life that you could do. You could go on trips and get a job that you want. Follow your dreams. See, depression makes all that be put on the back burner. But we don't want that. We want that flipped. We want depression on the back burner. And by owning it, understanding it, and talking about it, developing feelings and a plan to manage it and defeat it is a good thing. You might need medication, you might not. Music might help you, sports might help you, working out might help you, going for a walk might help you, video games might help you, animals might help you. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Depression is an awful thing. It is. I'm not gonna lie. But the moment we stop fighting, the moment we throw in the towel, the moment we raise that white flag, is the moment we lose. And we don't want to lose. You should not want to lose. Because you don't have to lose. I'm going to keep fighting. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be the hardest battle you've ever fought in your life, if not pretty close to it. But you know what? At the end, it's going to be the greatest feeling you've ever had. Just remember, you're not alone. And fuck depression. Let's kill it. See you next time.